Hello everyone and welcome back to the Synergy Sanctum. My name is Justin. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here at the Synergy Sanctum, we specialize in all things related to Magic the Gathering, with a specific focus on deck building. So I aim to show you very quick deck techs that'll show you all of the cards in the deck and how they work together to ultimately achieve the goals of that deck. If you're not already, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. And we also have a sister channel now, so head on over to Commander Coliseum and check out their content as well. And for today's deck tech, we have Kenessos, Priest of Thassa, an EDH fish tribal deck. We're not necessarily running fishes, but we are running all of the big scary creatures that Kenessos cares about. So, Kenessos says that if you would scry a number of cards, you get to scry that many plus 1. And then for 4 mana, either a green and a blue and 3, you can look at the top card after you've manipulated the deck. And if it's a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent, you get to put it on the battlefield. And if you don't, you can put it on the bottom of your library. So this ability is going to work even if you haven't gotten to manipulate the top of your deck to put one of these big bombs there. But it is so good, and I've included all of the Kraken, Leviathans, Octopi, and Serpents that are going to be valuable in this deck. Very affordable too. We did this on a budget of $141 to $159 current TCG market value. And then our land count is 35 lands, with 17 of those being basics between forests and islands, and 18 of those being non-basics. So getting into this today, our strategy is going to be loading up the deck with a ton of scrying and putting the correct cards on the top of our deck, and then ultimately paying into this activated ability as much as we possibly can to keep dropping these big scary sea monsters onto the battlefield. So getting into it, here are our monsters in the deep. We are running Necess Primal Tide, really broken, no max hand size. If they cast a non-creature spell, you get to draw, and then it has protection built in at the cost of discarding 3 cards. Inkwell Leviathan's just a big scary monster with Island Walk, Trample, and Shroud, so good. Monstrosity of the Lake says when it enters you can pay 5, and if you do, you tap all of the creatures an opponent controls and put stun counters on them, so broken. It also has Island Cycling in case you need it. Deep Sea Kraken can't be blocked. Lorthos the Tide Maker, when it attacks you can pay 8, and if you do you get to tap 8 permanents and they don't untap during the next untap phase, so similar to the Monstrosity of the Lake. Keteric Leviathan is sort of a board wipe. He bounces all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. That includes your own, but still good. We're running both Coma, so Coma Cosmos Serpent is going to be making little babies at every upkeep, and then Coma World Eater is going to be doing it when it deals combat damage. We're running Erixmethus Slumbering Isle for the mana, and then we're going to be casting a lot of spells and cantrips, so those slumber counters are going to go away pretty quickly. And then we're running AC Tyrant of the Gyre Strait for the additional land, and then you get to draw whenever you're playing lands, so super good there. We're going to go fishing even more so with Oxalotak, the Smiling Flood. So he has some synergy here because he can put flood counters on certain lands and make them islands. So anything that has Island Walk will be unblockable. So that's really broken there. Simic Sky Swallower is a big flying trample shroud creature. Tromacrotis is so good. It has hexproof unless it's attacking or blocking, so they can only deal with it during combat. And it can't be blocked unless all of the creatures an opponent controls blocks it. So good. Serpent of the Yawning Depths, very synergistic card here. He's giving all of those ones that Kenessos cares about unblockable, unless they're being blocked by the same type of monsters. Stormtide Leviathans, giving everything Island Walk and turning everything into islands. Always a showstopper here. Starwinder's letting you draw off of combat damage based on how much damage was dealt. Really good one from Edge of Eternities. And then Spawning Kraken says that whenever one of those monsters deals combat damage, you get to create another one, a 9/9, really good. Scourge of the Fleets bounces stuff based on islands. And then Octavia Living Thesis can turn everything into 8/8 when you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell. And then a ton of scry in the deck, so we're running with this theme of being in the ocean. We're running Thrasios Triton Hero. For 4 mana, he can scry, and you can put lands in, otherwise you draw. Thassa, God of the Seas, letting you scry at upkeep. We're running Ugin's Insight, so it's really broken in this deck. For 5 mana, you're going to scry X, where it's the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control, and then you draw 3 cards, so you can see a lot of these guys are like 7 to 10 mana. You're going to be scrying a ton, plus you get the additional one from the commander. Track Down lets you scry, you get to reveal the top card, and if it's a creature or land, you draw it. Serum Visions lets you scry 2 and draw. Temio's Epiphany lets you scry 4 and draw 2. Scour All Possibilities is a scry 2 and draw. Lots of lands in Magic as well that have repeatable scry. So Rivendell and Grey Havens from the new Lord of the Rings set have scry. And then Zulfurin Void has scry when it enters. And then even more scrying in the deck, so kind of pseudo scry with Ponder, because you can control what cards get put back. So if you draw one of the sea creatures, you can put it back. Preordain and Opt, really good here as well, because they get you a draw. Mystic Speculation is repeatable scrying, so you get to repeatably scry 3 if you pay into the buyback. Mary's Guile, this card used to be so expensive, and it's pretty budget friendly now. During your upkeep, you get to look at the top 3 and put them back in any order, so really good. You picture, like, you know, let's say one of those 3 is a monster that would come in off of Kenessos for the 4 mana. You put that as second and you draw whatever the first card was. Lifecrafters Bestiaries letting you scry at upkeep, and then you get to draw if you pay a green off of creature cast. Join Exploration lets you scry and then draw, and if you pay the kicker, which isn't that bad, you get to put a land in. 4C is the scry 4 and draw 2 again, and then more lands with Isolated Watchtower letting you scry 1 and play additional lands, and Halimar Depths letting you manipulate the top 3 cards. And then even more scrying, we're running Elvis Farsight, which lets you scry 3 and then reveal the top if it's a creature or land you draw, so similar to the track down. Castle Vantress is repeatable scrying on a land. Deliberate lets you scry 2 and then draw. Crystal Grotto lets you scry when it enters. Crystal Ball's repeatable scry for 2. And then Brainstorm and Brain Surge, similar to Ponder. You get to look at the top 3 or 4 cards and then put them back in any or put any cards back in any order, so you can again manipulate the top of the deck to even get potentially more than one sea monster. And then other good stuff in the deck, we're running a Vesuvan Drifter. This is a really solid card I didn't even know about until this deck tech. It's a shapeshifter. You can look at the top card of your library at any time, and then during combat you can reveal that, and this Vesuvan Drifter becomes that card. So you can kind of leave the sea monster there and then do it with Kenessos after the fact, because Vesuvan Drifter is going to become it. Kiora, Sovereign of the Deep, is so good. She's got Ward 3, and then whenever you cast one of these, so this will probably be more late game from your hand, you get to look at the top X, where X is the mana value, and then you can cast another one from among what you reveal without paying the mana cost. Just so broken here. And then it is a 4 mana activated ability on our commander, so a discount's kind of appreciated here with Training Grounds and Biomancer's Familiar, making it cost 2 less. So if both of these are out, it's just going to be a green or a blue, and if one of them's out, it's only going to be 2 mana, so really good. Rogue's Passage to make them unblockable if they don't have it already. And then Lurking Predators, what a showstopper in this deck. For 6 mana, if an opponent casts a spell, you reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, you get to put it in. Otherwise, you put it on the bottom. So it's just with all of the scrying and stuff, even if you're out of mana, if this is out and someone plays a spell, you're still going to get one of your big dudes in. And then a ton of draw on the deck, so Rishkar's Expertise and Return of the Wild Speaker are really good here because we're going to be playing a lot of big creatures. So it lets you draw based on the power for that big creature. Matoya Archon Elder from the Final Fantasy set's really good because whenever you're scrying, you're going to get to draw off of this triggered ability. And then we've got Explore, which is also giving you an additional land. Elemental Bond and Garruk's Uprising have a great place here because these creatures are going to be huge, so it gets you even more draw. And then Bonder's Enclave, again, we're going to be playing big powered creatures, so we can draw repeatedly off of this land. And then removal in the deck, we're running 3 counter spells with counterspell and offer you can't refuse and negate. Beast Within, Pongify, and Rapid Hybridization are our targeted removal. And then we've got pseudo board wipes with Etherize and Whelming Wave. Etherize is going to bounce attacking creatures, and then Whelming Wave is going to return anything that isn't one of those monsters that we've been talking about the whole time. And then rounding us out with our mana in the deck, we are running a Soul Ring, we are running a Growth Spiral to draw a card and put a land in. We've got a Birds of Paradise as a dork because it can tap for blue as well, same with Paradise Druid, and then Ramp Package with Kadama's Reach and Cultivate to get us a land on the field and a land to our hand. And with that, our show has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching our video, and if you enjoyed that video, feel free to share it out with any friends who might find value in it as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.